So what we're going to show now is the S3 connectors and some of its sourcing capabilities.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to show you how we can handle this XML data. It still exists out there and it can be a pain to deal with. So I'll deploy a connector from Lenses, have it pull in some toy data, and then query that data inside of Lenses and maybe download it to CSV. So what data am I going to pull in first? I've got some toy data here that you can see. It's a toy employee list of Lenses. That's me, and then there's Guillaume, and we have Adamos. So let's try and pull that in from an S3 bucket. If I look at the S3 bucket, of course, I could be pushing files into this continually, and the source will then pick it up and process it. So if I switch over to Lenses, this is one of our Lenses environments. This is where I normally start because I'm interested in the whole data flow sitting on top of Kafka and how we move data around. So I want to add another flow into this, another pipeline effectively of an S3 connector pulling from S3, which is nested JSON into it, and it will end up inside of Kafka, which we can then query. So if I flip over to the connection side of it, what I'll do is I'll go in here. I can select it directly there, but you can also filter it by types if you want to, and authors, and I'll take our connector. So here's the connector screen, and I'll copy and paste in the connection details that I want. So what I've got here is obviously the name of the connector, that's the class. What's important to note, the Kafka Connect query language that we have, we call it KSQL. This is one of our SQL engines. What this is doing is it's saying, start pulling this bucket, elderberries, in a folder called Lenses employees, and pull out all the tags that start with employee and end in employee, and write it into this topic here. What we have here is the value and the key converters. Quite often people get this wrong. Actually, we'll show this later, that Lenses with this backup and restore functionality does a lot of this work for you. And these are the credentials. Obviously, please don't hard code your credentials in there. We do have a secret provider as well that you can use, or use the profiles on your EC2 machine, for example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this, and Lenses will only let me create it if I have permission to write into this topic. So if I create it, now hopefully then that connector is being deployed and is being going. These are all the other connectors that we have here. This is the one that I'm interested in. 3 records have just come in. That's good. If I flip over to the catalog of Lenses, I've got all the topics in here as well. We can also see into Elasticsearch if we want to, but I'm interested in this topic that I just put in. We can see here an overview of it. Its key type is bytes and its value type is bytes. We want to change that because we want to actually be able to see the messages as they are in the file, which in this case is XML. So I'm just going to change this over to XML. I'll change the schema, and now, there we go. Those are my records. So that was XML that I've just, within a matter of minutes, pulled into Lenses, and I can actually query it. I actually want to query this as well. So I'm querying XML inside of Lenses. What I want is first name, last name, position code. And if I wanted to, what I can actually do is download it here, either as JSON or as a CSV, and that will download the files for me, only containing the results of the first name, last name, and position code. And that will be then plotted into the topology as well.